We are live. How's everybody doing? Let's analyze the situation here for the price of Bitcoin because we are pumping. Are we going to go to much higher levels? Are we going to break this major level of resistance, or are we going to roll over from this area? It's looking pretty interesting. We're going to talk about several scenarios because it does look quite bullish, right? The price is pumping. We are in this nice, beautiful uptrend from Monday, as you can see here, still gaining momentum to the upside. Is this powerful? Are we going to continue pumping? We are hitting the resistance. We're going to talk about the several setups that could happen throughout the next coming hours. And there is one very bullish one based on the new structure that we did create in the last 24 hours. I'll explain that in detail right away, guys. So make sure to stay tuned. In this episode, this live stream, I want to ask the community, of course, today's a big day, guys. We do have the tariffs going to be announced at 4 p.m. Eastern time in the US. That is in about 7.5 hours from now. So is it priced in? Are we just getting a front run rally to get a major dump? Or is this actually going to be good once the tariffs are announced? Are we going to get a massive breakout here to the upside? What do you think? I really want to know the opinion here of the community. Then we go through the technical analysis here, guys, because it's looking very interesting. We are hitting our first major level of interest. We are rejecting. We can attempt a little short with a small stop loss. We are getting a reaction. Could we reject? We need to understand that we are uptrending, but the level of resistance is there, right? It is the value area high of this trading zone, okay, that we did form throughout the last few weeks. This one right over here, okay, value area high zone. Hang on a second. Let me just double check this. Value area high of this trading zone that we do have. We are hitting the golden pocket from the pivot high from last Monday to the pivot low of this Monday right over here, as you can see, and also the weekly level. Is this level too obvious? Is everybody shorting this? We do have a huge amount of liquidity sitting at $89,000 range. There is hundreds of millions of dollars of short liquidations. Let me know, what do you think, guys, because the resistance is being hit. Is this price action very bullish? Is this very bullish market structure ready for a pop out here to get to $89,000? Of course, that would only be a pump of $4,000. Do you think this is the area that the price is going to struggle and start reversing? You might get some volatility, an attempt of a breakout of this area, potentially reaching the 7/8 Fibonacci. That would be interesting because you would be breaking this level of resistance. You are going to be breaking the weekly, breaking the golden pocket. So eventually you would be expecting the next level to be the 7/8 Fibonacci. Will the price manage to just rock on and go to $89,000, right? This is the moment that, wow, it's looking bullish, it's pumping. You know, are we going to break through? It's going to be looking very interesting, guys. We need to analyze very carefully how we moved up into this range. Are we still considering the bullish case scenario, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contracting move, and looking at this as an ABC? And this is just ready for a massive rocket to the upside, okay? The price action is not looking too great. There's lots of overlap. Now, there is one bullish case scenario, okay, that is actually on the possibility of a formation of a third wave. Was analyzing very carefully the price action that we did form, okay, throughout the last few days. It does look either very corrective, or the only bullish case is forming a contracting move or an expanding move in this area. Okay, so we're going to go through the analysis here, right? We're going to go through very carefully how this, how this structure has developed. Would it make sense for the price of Bitcoin to really break out from here, just suddenly get a pump out of nowhere, right? We're breaking out the lower high resistance trend here, bump and run scenario, and we're just going to head up to $89,000, which is the target zone of a bump and run, right? Is this a solid bump and run pattern? We are hitting this resistance. This is the zone of interest, of course, without a doubt. We are getting a bit of the volatility. We did reject from the weekly level at 86K. Does look like we want to try and back test it or have another attempt on a breakout. This is the moment that we want to be careful. We want to possibly be out of any short attempts if the price does break out from the recent highs. Let's ask the community, okay? Right away, what do you think with the current price action? Short it like a boss, Jerome. Like I said, yesterday there was actually a pretty good shorting little scalp day trade. Okay, we did come back up to the highs, but the level was respected on yesterday's stream. We mentioned one short trading scenario that was very close to the price action that we were having, okay, which was this lower high right over here in this area, right? This lower high, okay, that we did form a local double top right over here. As you can see, we did get that double top rejection and we got that pullback of over $1,000. Really nice. You've been literally testing here, looking to take profit at the lows already with this rejection. So we did create that local double top yesterday, creating that swing failure pattern from this lower high. We were very much aware of the price action not hitting that level. So what we were waiting for was the double top to actually take out this high right over here, which we did beautifully. As you can see on the price action, we had that wick to the upside. We formed a local double top with yesterday's price action, and we did started correcting here just over $1,000, $1,500 almost, all right, since that double top. Eventually, you want to start taking profits once you claim that low. We are still heavily uptrending, right? Trend is your friend, and the price action throughout the last 2-3 days is trending up, right? Now the question is, do we have enough steam? Is this typical market structure for a major breakout to the upside with a powerful move? That is what we are going to analyze in this live stream, okay? Making you understand that yes, there is one scenario, but it's not looking the most beautiful scenario, okay? But there is one scenario that could literally get that breakout based on Elliott wave theory, right? Because you might say, hey, this doesn't make any sense. Look at the major drop that we got last week. Very aggressive, very high volume. This does look like a bear flag, right? It looks like that we are forming a kind of a bearish flag formation here, and we are looking for the breakdown of the uptrend. I really want to know your opinion, guys. If you are feeling bullish, right? What comes next for the price of Bitcoin? Then we go through the comment section and then we'll analyze the price of Bitcoin. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick hello because there's a lot to talk about in this stream based on the technical analysis. But pumpy, is it going to be the last pump before the reversal? That's what we're going to be talking about. Look at the long-term trend and say that again. Downtrend. Hey, Sam, downtrend. Depending on what time frame you're looking at, my man. In the lower time frame, we are, if you you basically said it here yourself, my man, in the comment. Look at the higher time frame, right? What higher time frame do you want me to look at, right? What time frame shall we take a look at? I got here Sam saying, look at the long-term trend and say that again, downtrend. Eventually, the long, the higher time frame trend is eventually bullish. There's no doubt about it that Bitcoin is extremely bullish on the higher time frame, right? Regardless of any pullbacks. I'm not sure if you are feeling bearish, right? Yeah, maybe the 4-hourly is bearish, right? 4-hourly time frame is bearish since January when we created all-time high. Very bearish trend. But this is the thing, right? Bulls will say that this is an end stage of a correction. The bears will say that this was it. This was the double top. All depends on what time frame you are looking at, guys. If you are looking at the 5-minute time frame, we are bullish. We are up trending, right? The trend is up since Monday, right? If you zoom out ever so slightly to the 1-hourly time frame, well, yeah, the trend is down, not only for the last week, but the last few weeks, okay? So all really depending. I want to know your opinion, Sam Bartko, if you are feeling bearish. What is the overall trend for you? Is it down trend or is it up trend? Let me know. Let's go right away through the comment section, okay? And I want to take a look here at, I want to ask the community, what comes next for Bitcoin, right? We're going to, first of all, this is an extremely important poll for me just to know your opinion. $89,000 or $81,000. We are literally in the middle. We are actually slightly closer to $89,000, but I want to know your opinion. What comes next for Bitcoin? And you let me know on the poll, guys. 89K or 81K. We are at that moment of decision, and I want to know right away what the people are going to say right over here. Okay, so let me know right away, legends, and then we'll go quickly through the comment section, and then we're going to analyze the price of Bitcoin right away. Okay, so let's go, legends. Let me double check here. Comment section. And let's say hello to the beautiful community. I have shorts open, but I'm feeling bullish, right? I think the feeling bullish. 80K looks realistic now, says Stephanus. Yeah, and this is the rally to 86 zone. Could it stretch its legs to 87,200? What is interesting about this 87,000 range is that we do have a massive consolidation that has left us a weekly naked point of control. I mean, for the moment, this is acting as resistance, right? This level is acting as resistance, which is that weekly level. Beautiful rejection of a few $100s, right? We did get the rejection, kind of an SFP kind of trading setup with an extremely tight-ish stop loss. Then, of course, if the price does break out from the highs, you do not want to have any business with any short positions, right? This is no longer, you know, the people that say, I'm looking for shorts, I'm in short positions, and I will maintain still short positions. You know, I am concerned about this scenario because if the price does get above this local high, there is two scenarios that I'm going to be looking at. I will no longer be in a short position above this high, period. I will look for a possible double top scenario locally. It is a possibility. Get that wick up here from early shorters. Very much a common scenario at a huge major level, which I have to say, guys, these kind of levels which have too much confluence, I'm very sure that everybody's looking at this level. Everybody, you know, you have the golden pocket from the pivot high of last week to the pivot low of Monday this week, right? Golden pocket. You have the weekly level. There is a weekly level right over here, exactly at the golden pocket. We do have the value area high of this trading zone. We do have the drop that happened throughout last week that looks more aggressive, looks more bearish, right? Lot of speculation of the rollover here, and not everybody can be right? So this is always something that I'm always concerned about. You know, too many people looking at this level for a possible just smash out the zone, right? Where it just smashes out the zone. And then people will say, hey, what happened? Well, we just broke the major resistance, right? And no longer we formed a lower high here and we just broke out. Is it possible based on the wave formations that we formed throughout the last few days, right? I don't like this price action. It looks incredibly horrible and incredibly corrective, if you ask me. There's extreme amount of overlap here, as mentioned yesterday, from the higher highs, and the lower lows, right? The higher lows, my bad. Higher lows and higher highs are getting extreme overlap. So a multiple 1-2 setup here, right? Especially with this third wave being the largest one for a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, right? And then get a massive third wave is extremely unlikely based on the third wave being the largest one, right? Typically, you would see that third wave being the smallest one, right? The smallest one or very similar to the previous one, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. However, there is a possibility of the price forming a very dodgy 5-wave structure, because it is dodgy, guys. Okay, it's just coming to the conclusion of understanding, you know, all of the different bearish case scenarios that are here at the resistance. What if the price does not roll over either from this zone or either at the $87,200, which is the next level, in my opinion, if you break above successfully this level, right? This is the resistance. If it breaks above this area, I will be eyeing the point of control of this range. We've got a weekly naked point of control literally at $87,200. This is where we do have the 7/8 Fibonacci from the pivot high to the pivot low, right? So that would be a very interesting area. You got the high volume node from the price action of last week between Monday and Friday. Very big high volume node with the 7/8 Fibonacci. It is very common, okay, in a triangle structure. And if we are forming this triangle, and we are going to continue with this triangle, right? This is kind of very, very, very classic, right? What happened last week? We broke this uptrend. We had a beautiful uptrend throughout the previous weeks in March, right? Very, very nice. Had some very, very good long setups throughout this range. And then we broke down. Very one wavy, right? Very, very one wavy when you take a look at the higher time frame picture. Then you get this bounce with extreme overlap, very choppy, starting to come into resistance, right? So in my opinion, I would think that the average Joe would say, okay, I would expect the price to lose momentum here as we do hit the resistance and get the roll back down to $81,000 zone. That's what would make more sense looking at this structure. However, the last 1 to 2 days, we analyzed the potential, okay? This is why this area is, for me, not the best looking one. I mean, the levels to get into trade are very clear for me, right? You know, the weekly level, we got the rejection, you know, SFP, entry, stop loss at the highs. And you know, what you're looking at basically is a massive risk to reward, right? Your stop loss is almost invisible when you do take a look at the higher time frame. And this would be overall the projection that you would be looking at, you know, and also being pretty safe on your trade break even if you did sniper that rejection at the weekly level. Now, the other scenario is if you come up there, there's only 2 scenarios that could happen. You double top, perfect. You got a re-entry sniper. You can be defensive. You got a risk-free trading setup. The other scenario is bullish, which you just break out from the highs. So what you do, you get stopped out close to break even. You do not re-enter that short position and you just go to higher levels. And this turns out to be something very bullish, right? There's no lower high formation in this area unless the next level of resistance is that naked point of control, which is sitting at $87,200. This is where we do have the 7/8 Fibonacci from the drop of last week, right? This drop that we had from last week, 7/8 Fib is where we have that weekly naked point of control. Very, very strong high volume node from this consolidation, right? Weekly naked point of control. We take them into consideration. So what is very common when you do form a triangle, okay? For the moment, the price action is just uptrending, and we're going to talk about the extreme bullish case scenario, which would be the overall explanation of the price just ripping here, okay? So anybody that hasn't got into scalp longs, I mean, this is an uptrending market, okay? Some little scalp longs are available, right? Long from the lows to the highs or internal breakout. 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽𝗫 was saying today that it's actually been pretty successful on looking for long trading setups on the breakout of lower high trends, every single one here in this area. And I attempted a small little one here, lower high resistance breakout of the trend, which, you know, just for some instant quick little profits, obviously a good hedge for the short position as well. But you're basically uptrending, right? You're in an uptrend, and in this uptrend, yeah, you can speculate on breakout, right? If you want to follow the trend, eventually these corrections, and shout out to 𝗕𝗏𝘆, I'm not sure if he's around, you know, break of trend targeting the highs, break of trend targeting the highs, break of trend targeting the highs, break of trend targeting the highs. If you form a little downtrend here, well, you could use the same possible theory, right? As you are in a little small bullish momentum, okay? Nothing too serious, guys. I know some people will say, how can you be bullish? You look at the higher time frame, it's down. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, getting into some scalp longs depending on your strategy is not a bad idea as well, okay? Not a bad idea if you're uptrending locally. But this is the moment of, is this the last pump since Monday, right? Really nice recovery after this very aggressive movement down. Now is the moment where you start thinking of, okay, can we top out at the resistance levels, or are we just going to smash through them? There's only two major levels of interest here, which is the weekly. We're coming up back up to it, guys. It's not going to be an easy game. There's probably a lot of shorts entering the market. Let me take a look at CBD. Not that many shorts, if really. Not that many shorts. Not that many shorts. There's actually some pretty interesting longs entering here. Not that many. No, there's no bearish CBD divergence. So it looks like that we are going to attempt here the breakout or back test the weekly. Looks like that we want to retest the movement up. Let's see if we do create a double top scenario or we break out. If we break out and we do not double top here, legends, off we go to 87K, right? It is as simple as that. You know, you're not going to fight this uptrend. I just realized that we are at resistance. We're going to take it patiently, waiting here to see how we do attempt a possible break from that golden pocket, from that weekly level. And if it breaks, then eventually we are looking at our next resistance zone, which is $87,200. Will the price manage to stop there, or will we just continue pumping? Bump and run pattern. Bump and run pattern. Are you excited? It kind of got rejected. Anybody that is not aware, you know, this is something that I'm like, bump and run. I'm not liking too much how we've moved to the upside here. I don't see a multiple 1-2. However, I do see a kind of a dodgy expanding wave, just because there is a possibility of counting 5 waves to the upside, right? Anybody that is not aware of a bump and run pattern, is this it, guys? We got the capitulation phase throughout Friday and Saturday, as you can see here, right? We did have that major collapse down. So you have the downtrend, lead phase, the bump phase, right? Chopping here, and now the major run, which is breaking lower high resistance, right? In a nutshell, it would be looking something like this. That could end up in a big, massive bull trap, right? This is the scenario we're looking at. You know, we're hitting resistance right now. This could end up in a bull trap. So you do have this little bump and run scenario that the bump phase was in between Friday and Saturday, right? Dropping down from 85, 84, 82, 81, right? We did have a relatively interesting collapse here. So bump and run pattern, guys. What do you think in the comment section? Are you feeling bullish? Nah, this is not going to continue to the upside. Look at where we're coming from. This is downtrending, right? We are going to find some resistance. It's just getting the last pump to the upside, right? As we do have on the thumbnail, last pump for the price of Bitcoin. As we do hit the resistance, or are we going to continue up? For me to come to the conclusion that this breaks out massively here, guys, I will no longer be in any shorts, right? You know, if we break the resistance, we break it, right? You know, you don't want to be in that short. You don't want to speculate. Hang on a minute. My analysis that I've been making, you know, does tell me that we need to form a lower high. If we break above the resistance, not interested, right? I'm not interested, period, right? I don't want to be in that short position, right? Local double tops is interesting. Very interesting, as it could be a fake out. just like the one yesterday provided on stream, guys. You know, if we do come up to the highs yesterday, what is interesting is that we also have this lower high right over here that was not tested. So this becomes a very good local double top. I would consider a local double top here. It's going to be very easy to detect, guys. It's going to happen on stream potentially. Okay, so we're going to watch that scenario right away. If we do test the highs eventually, right? There's always this chance that we just don't test the highs, but it does look like it wants to squeeze out, okay, ever so slightly. We do have a lot of liquidity at $89,000. This is the situation. Eventually, there's a lot of liquidity still below 81K, but above 89K, we do have several hundred millions of dollars of short liquidations, right? That could end up into that short squeeze, something that we need to be aware of. With the current price action, you know, when we do the analysis, you would say, I'm looking at this to potentially form some kind of a corrective move, right? But what if the price pumps out from here? What would be the explanation? And it's all about understanding what is the explanation. Just as if we break out, you need to kind of understand, well, what happened, right? What was the bullish case? Well, the macro bullish case scenario, just in case the price does break, you know, this is not a moment for me to be extremely excited, right? And get into long positions right now on the pump. The correction could be interesting for a little scalp long, okay? The correction could be a little bit interesting for a little scalp long just to test the highs, guys. Just a quick enter, get out at the highs, because this is getting risky right now, just for a possible reversal in the next 1 to 2 days. But if we do break out, what would be your explanation? Well, this one right over here, where you looked at this to be the ABC. This has been your ABC movement to the downside, right? And you are right now in the formation of a third wave. Why would you be in a third wave right now? Right? Why would you be in a third wave with the lower time frames? Well, when we do take a look at the lower time frames, right, on the 5-minute time frame, for example, maybe 15-minute, we don't need to go that low. And we see, let's just put that weekly level and see how we rejected around about $500. I mean, for an aggressive scalper, you know, a movement here, just like very aggressive in taking profits. It's a very, it's about $700 of a move. Let's see if we do get that breakout right now. If it breaks out, then off we go to higher levels. It could double top. There is a chance for a local double top here. So we're going to see how that breakout does happen, right? There are many reasons of believing that this could be near the end of the movement to the upside, and I want to explain all of them, okay? I want to explain all of them that we do have ready on the chart. But let's talk about the bullish case, right? What if we do get a massive rocket and it just breaks out? It's like, we thought that this was a bear flag, right? Or this was a corrective structure, and the price, you know, we were expecting it to roll down at some stage after hitting these major resistance levels, which we are currently hitting right now on stream as we speak. So let's see how we come up to those highs. But anyway, let's talk about the bullish case. You know, just want to be focused right now on how we break out here, guys, because it could be a local double top, or it could be just a breakout. Okay, just about to test the local highs. And I really want to focus on that, guys. I really want to focus. I mean, if we do break out and continue, then we just higher we go. I'm expecting 87,200 if we do not reject from this zone. So waiting patiently. Anyway, bullish case scenario, not the most beautiful one, is you formed one wave here to the upside, a second wave here, a third wave right over here, a fourth wave, and a fifth wave. And it's like, what the heck is this? How can this be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Look at the overlap from your wave 4 and your wave 1, right? This is absolutely crazy. There's no, wave 4s cannot overlap your wave 1, right? Well, this is where you would have to come to the conclusion that it has been an expanding move. It has been an expanding 5-wave structure, which is extremely rare, and it would be extremely ugly. It's just an ugly expanding move, right, that has happened here on the price of Bitcoin, as the 5th wave is the largest move, and that's what you see in an expanding move. With that theory, if this is going to break out extremely bullish, right, say that we rock it from here, then you have to come to the conclusion that this was your ABC movement right over here, right? You have a 5-wave move to the upside in an expanding move, and then you have your ABC, the most ugly one ever. But of course, there is that danger of this being your wave 1, this being your wave 2, and this right now being your wave 3. We're just popping out from the highs here, popping out from the highs, and it looks like for the moment we are maintaining above those highs. Let's see if we do squeeze out or we do reject. It does look like it wants to squeeze. It does look like that we want to squeeze out. We're just currently trading above the local highs, and price just wants to go to higher levels, legends. Just wants to go higher. There we go. Squeezing out next target zone, as we're not rejecting $87,200. Next target zone, 87,200. So squeezing out here, this would be such a rare kind of impulsive move to the upside. There is the bearish case scenario, of course, as well, which we are going to talk about, okay? Very, very dodgy. The only danger about this is you formed a 5-wave expanding move to the upside, which is extremely, extremely ugly. And you formed an ABC right over here. And it's like, oh man, this looks so horrible that you would not want to believe that this is actually going to be forming a 3rd wave right now, right? But that would be the explanation. This is why you want to be very, very cautious right now. Understanding that you are breaking above that weekly. I mean, at least it's attempting to break above the weekly. So for the moment, you're just looking for higher, right? For the moment, you're just looking for higher till we hit that next level of resistance, which is $87,200, right? And then we'll go from there. And then you don't have much more room left to go up to 89K, right? It's just literally just pumping, pumping, pumping. So this is why it becomes a dangerous area. I would no longer be interested in any shorts. First attempt, out. First attempt, rejection. You want to start seeing a sign of big rejection, little bounce, and another rejection in the next coming hours. That was not the case. So this no longer becomes no type of shorting trade, right? Just realizing that the price could continue pumping here to the next major level, which is 87,200, which is basically the 7/8 Fibonacci. So you just let the price do what it needs to do, right? Do what it needs to do, which is eventually pumping right now. This movement would be extremely ugly. This kind of movement would be ugly, but it would give you the explanation that all of this movement here, which is very ugly, let's move this as an expanding move. And then we'll go through the possible bearish case scenarios, okay? Let's go right away. There we go. This movement literally would be your wave 1 right over here, your wave 2, and you're on the formation of a wave 3, right? It just explodes out, gets to $89,000 plus. Not the most beautiful pattern. Of course, these are very rare scenarios that happen. Expanding moves, right? This one right over here These are very, very rare scenarios, but I have to say it's actually a valid count. You know, there is actually a valid count here to consider that we have moved in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expanding. We got an ABC right over here, and then the price just attempting to break out and go to much higher levels, right? That is only if the price just continues and continues and continues, right? Somebody here, Jerome, saying short like a man. Yeah, this is not a moment right now above the weekly, in my opinion, right? We don't want to short against the trend, okay? You want to short once you get into the rejection, right? The rejection here was a valid short position on the weekly level. It did reject. Quick, nice rejection right over here of about $600-700. However, testing the high right now. I would want to see the price gaining a little bit more momentum to the upside. Very, very interesting. Who's interested in shorts or is just longing, FOMO longing, guys? Let me know in the comment section. What is your take here on the price of Bitcoin on this momentum? Let me know right away in the comment section, legends. I want to know. Of course, we want to go through the bearish case, right? Let's not get too bullish as we're pumping. Come on, zoom out. I don't think that the $89,000 range, right? Because I got content here for the bulls and the bears, right? For the bulls, I need to say, yeah, there is a chance, right? The price action here was incredibly horrible. Very horrible price action. Did not like it one single bit. Lots of overlap. Very three wavies. Of course, you can form an expanding move. Worst case scenario for the bears, right? The worst case scenario for the bears is forming that expanding move. So, we're going to say, right, bulls, you know, there is a chance. There is a chance here for the bulls, right? Let's leave it that way. There is a chance for the bulls, especially when you're zooming out ever so slightly. Somebody's saying 100x short. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't fit my strategy right now. You might just catch the high. You might just catch the high, my man. Good luck with that. Stop loss above the high, right? Or no stop loss. There's no stop loss. Stop loss is for the scared people. We'll just add to the short position. Yeah. Not my style of trading anyway. It used to be many years ago. It didn't turn out. Sometimes it was epic. Sometimes it was very bad, right? So this is, you know, when people question, I have several few weeks good and a several few weeks bad. Mine are several weeks good. Several, you know, weeks, days mainly are neutral. They're like neutral. It's like, you know, I didn't quite catch the position, right? When, you know, you will hear me a lot saying, you know, I missed out on the short, right? I will share the long trade setups throughout the streams in this area. Analyzing the possible short trade last Thursday, which was looking at this as a 5-wave move, pump and then dump. However, this pump was very shallow, so I wouldn't have shorted it anyway. I was sleeping, so I was happy I was sleeping because I wouldn't have shorted it anyway. Shorted the highs. But missed the short, guys. You know, this is the thing. I missed this movement down. It was the largest move out of the uptrend. However, I was very happy with my long trades that I've, you know, got into the last few weeks in this uptrend. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to go through comment section right away, okay? This is like very wishful thinking, and it's funny because sometimes we need to talk about the possible extreme bullish case, right? Which is, hey, I think this is a low probability extreme bullish case scenario, and then we do get the breakout. Then it just rockets. You form a very ugly expanding move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The corrective move, which was very shallow for a wave 2, okay, very shallow. We get the pivot low to the pivot high. It hit the 382 Fibonacci. Very, very nice. Actually, this area was actually a very interesting long position that I was not aware of. I did see it later on doing the analysis this morning, but it's very, very curious to see the long position here. What happened basically is that we got a bounce at the point of control. We got a bounce at the point of control of the entire range of the last 4 weeks, which got the breakout. And look at this bounce right over here. Pretty aggressive, but very interesting level to long, right? You can see the point of control since March, all of this range, when you get the fixed volume profile, and you take a look at the price action since the last week of February, right? Since we got that major collapse down, all of this range, point of control, what happened is that we broke out. Okay, this was yesterday, Tuesday, and we bounced today as support. Pretty aggressive, long, but it was, you know, pretty nice long position. You are up trending, and you are above that major high volume node that was broken yesterday. So you could have attempted today a pretty nice long scalp early this morning, basically to the highs, right? Your highs in an uptrend is always your take profit zone, right? When you're uptrending like this, always your highs is a TP zone, right? You're targeting the highs of an uptrend, because what happens in an uptrend, you know, your target zone is testing the highs, literally, right? All of my trades last week, except for this one, very, very cautious with this one. I had to take profits here before we hit the highs, based on bearish CVD divergence and, you know, other scenarios that were happening. But all of the longs taken throughout the last 2 weeks in these zones, literally, you know, longing the lows here, very, very good double bottom scenarios, consolidation, analyzing these corrective structures. Anybody that is new, you can actually check out that, guys. We were analyzing here throughout the last 2 weeks. You can check the live streams about these zones. We're just breaking out right now, guys. So, you know, if we don't reject from the weekly, higher we go. Okay, if we don't reject from the current local highs, up we go. There's no more to it, right? Somebody saying short like a man. Let the price go, guys. Let the price go to higher levels, and that will be the end of that. We need a sign of weakness, or we need to get to the next resistance, right? For me, it is pretty clear. You know, anybody that is looking for short positions in this area, is without a doubt in it. You know, it has some risk, right? You're taking some very much strong risk if you want to try and short the top on this pump, right? So we're going to talk about the bearish case, guys, because it's still very much valid. I don't really like this price action. I will give the bulls the possibility of understanding, okay, you know, we broke out from the levels of resistance, which is the weekly, which is the weekly level right over here. The golden pocket just been broken right now, crossing the golden pocket as we speak. Next level is the weekly naked point of control. And that is definitely the zone where the price could struggle. So I need to wait for that level. Right now, we did break quite a bit for the double top, for the local double top. Not extreme, not a massive amount. Not a massive amount here. Yeah, this is quite interesting. This is a quite interesting zone if we do reject from here and start getting beneath the weekly, okay? But yeah, for the moment we're above, so higher we go. This would be interesting to see, you know, if we do break down very aggressively, to see if we can back test that weekly level. Going to be interesting to see. For the moment, up we go, higher we go, right? We're above the resistance. It could act as support. Higher we go then. Next level to wait for is the golden pocket. No, the golden pocket has been broken. Is the point of control from this zone. There's a weekly naked point of control, 87.2K. Next level to wait for. Bulls are breaking resistance. Let them go. Let them go. Let them go to higher levels. That's what you should do. Anybody that wants to get into a short position, there is that massive risk based on the development that we formed in the last 24 to 48 hours. Last 24 hours, basically. You know, I was mapping the situation here on this movement. And I was saying, you know, the bulls actually do have a pretty epic chance. The bulls do have a pretty epic chance, which the bears will be surprised. Bears are going to get pretty surprised on that possible epic movement, right? That movement, as explained, it would not be, you know, it would not be looking great, okay? As in a structure, right? When you analyze the structure and the timing, you have this ascending contracting move. I do believe that the price will find resistance and will start getting some weakness, guys, okay? Volume is low. Well, volume is okay. Let's leave it that way. No, not extremely low. Volume is kind of okay. Still looking, you know, talking about this scenario, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has been an ABC movement. If we were to rocket, expanding move to the upside, ABC only retracing to the 382 Fibonacci. Of course, the main reason why we did get supported today at the $84,000 range. Okay, there's a good reason why we actually got supported there, guys, today. It is the point of control of this entire zone, right? Entire zone of the last 40 days. We're taking a look at the last week of Friday. We got supported today after the breakout of yesterday. So beautiful bounce from that level, which was an okay long position. You know, the situation here is your stop loss. You need to give it a little bit of a breather for your stop loss, and you're targeting your highs, basically. So, yeah, beautiful support. With that conclusion, you would say, okay, bulls are taking lead here throughout the last 2 days, all right? The bears are going to be furious because they're going to be like, zoom out. It is bearish. We will form a lower high. Don't worry. We are not going to break out from 89K. You just need to give the chance. We are moving up. You know, the price action leads the way. Price action is moving up right now. We are breaking resistance. So you just need to leave the price action go. As mentioned, till we hit the next level. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 would be the explanation of a breakout to $89,000. You know, I would have to come to this conclusion that I was not expecting that. I was not expecting this dodgy move to be bullish, and was not expecting a third wave formation. But sometimes, you know, the price, you know, the market is here to surprise us, right? We do have the tariffs coming out, guys, today in about 5.5 hours from now, 6 hours or so, which is going to be very interesting. Are we pumping into the announcement of tariffs, right, from Donald Trump, which is today in a few hours from now? Are we just pumping just to get the big massive drop, right? Which is very, very interesting, right? Get everybody bullish, come up to the highest level possible of resistance that would be that 87.2K level, and then get the drop as we do get the tariffs, right? And, you know, eventually ES, the stock market, is going to be, we do know the correlation. Stock market is pumping. So this is the thing. I think most are expecting bearishness based on the tariffs. And it's going to have that reversal market effect, which is bullish. So let's see. Anyway, let's go through the comment section. We need to go through the bearish case scenario, guys. We're not out of the woods on the bearish case. we need to talk about the possible levels of resistance and what kind of pattern formation we could be in. The bullish one is this one. The bullish one is this one, which I would be very surprised, guys. I would be very, very surprised that the market does end up squeezing out from all of the resistance and gets above 89K, right? That would be possibly tonight if we are, looking at a third wave. If we are looking at this as a lower time frame, first wave 1, which is very, very ugly, expanding move, this being the ABC, and this being the third wave, yeah, I would expect the pump to continue tonight. If we start dancing around and not breaking out throughout today and consolidate in this region, I would be expecting a major, major reversal in the next 1 to 2 days, right? Give or take Thursday, Friday. Friday is going to be interesting because we do have some epic news, guys. Friday is unemployment rate, Chair Powell's speech, non-farm payrolls. It's going to be a pretty epic day. I will be going live to check out that volatility. It's going to be very, very interesting. So we need to get exhaustion. This uptrend needs to get exhausted at certain levels of resistance. There is no clear signs of exhaustion, unfortunately. We are uptrending. We are breaking resistance. We've broken above golden pocket for the moment, so higher we go. We broke above the weekly, so higher we go until we reject strongly from it with a clear sign of weakness. Now, of course, it's not going to be that easy to look at the sign of weakness. Eventually, the best case, right, to get into the short is get the rejection and get a 3-wave structure, right, and then continue the movement down in a 5-wave move, right? You literally want to kind of see something similar from this, but happening here. Well, this ain't going to happen yet until we start seeing this, until we start seeing rejection, right? We start seeing, change of market structure, breaking the trend, exhaustion, rejecting 1 to 2 days, right? This is the 1 hourly time frame. So to start getting that weakness. So up we go as we are breaking resistance. And there's no more to it. What are the bearish case, right? Say that we do get some resistance right now in this area, right? We do hit 87.2K, which we are only about $700 away. We're very, very close. I do think that we could be heading up there in the next hour, possibly. That is our next major level. 87.2. Anything below that level, not interested to even start thinking of a short unless we get a sign of weakness and short later on, right? Which would be the rejection, get beneath the weekly, right? 3-wave pump to the upside, then look for the 3rd wave. That's the only way on how I could short the rejection, not FOMOing into a short. It could be a correction and we bounce back up. We need to get that little bounce 3-wave structure, testing, back testing, and just waiting patiently for the rollover. Whoever is trying to short this pump as we're hitting resistance, I don't know where your stop loss is. It's just not part of my strategy. I just realized we're breaking resistance, so we go to the next resistance level, right? Which is what we're doing right now. Anything above the weekly, not interested in shorts. Higher we go, likely expecting 87.2K. If we do not react from 87.2K, then eventually we are looking for 89K already, right? We'll just be very close. So let's go. Will we go back to 100K? I very much hope so. I very much hope so because regardless, I do hold some Bitcoin, right? I do have some Bitcoin and I would love to see a massive recovery, especially when everybody's been, well, I wouldn't say everybody, but most, right? Most of the people have been bearish We will see 100K. We need to see a lot of power. We need to see the break of downtrend. We need to start seeing some big breakouts, and already start believing that we could form some corrections, continuation to the upside. In a nutshell, what we would want to see here is a big breakout in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Small little consolidation, which will be interesting for a possible long. We'll analyze this for a wave 4, wave 5, right? And then a corrective move throughout the next 1 to 2 months. And then eventually say, guys, this is looking bullish. Would be interested in a long position to then go to all-time high. But there's a lot to happen still. A lot to happen to call for all-time, right? $100,000, right? Or all-time high. So higher we are going. Interesting. We're getting a little bit of pumpy momentum on the lower time frame. Now, let's talk about the bearish scenarios. Some possible bearish scenarios here that are going to be looking very, very interesting. Eventually, a lower high would be ideal, right? If the price were to come up and test $89,000, is this a good swing failure pattern level, right? Will it be a good swing failure pattern level when we connect all-time high and the next lower highs? This is the situation right now. This is the situation that we're getting. It's literally breaking downtrend, higher time frame downtrend. When you connect the lower highs, we can actually do this with a magnet out of curiosity. I want to know who is bullish, who's bearish. I'm going to take a look at the poll right away, legends. Okay, let's put array here and take a look at this trend line, just a random trend line, and it's actually breaking out as we speak. We're not only breaking the weekly, we're not only breaking golden pocket, we are breaking trend. Nothing, not that I would say this is, we do start closing 4-hourly candle, and it does would be looking very interesting without a doubt. Here we go, guys. We're heading to 87.2K, which is going to be very interesting. Let's get that weekly on the chart. It was the highest probability to continue to the upside as you are above the weekly level. Let's go. Here we go. It is pumping. Holy moly. It is pumping, baby. We are just about to hit that naked point of control. Very, very close to it. This is the danger, guys, of the third waves. Third waves could be explosive. They are likely explosive. Holy moly. I was really looking at this as more corrective, guys, but it's just there's no short to be taken, right? I don't want to short a massive pump. I need my levels to be hit and respected. And eventually, you can FOMO into some longs. I did get into a FOMO long breakout strategy from 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽. Shout out to him, which is the one that I explained at the beginning of the stream, right? You can get into some scalp longs. I would only consider scalp longs on a major uptrend where the strategy is kind of simple on the lower time frames. When you do realize that you have an uptrend structure, and obviously since yesterday, you understand that you are uptrending. You are looking for the price to hit resistance and reverse for all of those more swing traders. But you are uptrending. When you are uptrending and you break out from the trend of the corrective structure, you are literally looking to test the highs, right? You got one even right over here. You got this downtrend right over here. You break out. You finally test the highs. You got this little one right over here. I entered into this little scalp here just to the highs, just a little bounce of around about $700-800. Just a little scalp long to test those highs, to get that wick up. And shorted the weekly, but got out from the weekly rejection. We did reject, guys. You just need to be defensive. And this is the problem right now from all of the people that are shorting. I got someone in the comment section. Where's Jerome? Shorts, like, do not be in this short, guys. Okay. First sniper attempt is awesome, which is the weekly level. I'm out of that position. Out as soon as we tested the highs. The people that are not managing risk, got some people here, you know, Jerome especially. Shout out to you, my man. There's no volume. Well, I mean, it depends, right? It depends if there's no volume. We're moving up, my man. Volume doesn't matter. Market structure leads the way. So the price action is up. So regardless if it's with low volume, it is still pumping. No selling pressure coming in at the moment. Beautiful sniper short here. Very nice rejection of over $600-700 at the weekly. Eventually, if you're not ready, you get the alert and you take action, you're ready here as the price moves up. You are not shorting the rejection of the weekly down here. It's a big no-no. If you do not sniper the short and you manage risk like a boss, okay, you do not enter the short late and you do not add to the position because you are breaking out from a major level of resistance and you look at the next level of resistance that could get a rejection. We do not know that, which is the 7/8 Fibonacci with that weekly naked point of control. That's the next level. And this is why you realize if you break this area, next level to take a look at is this one. Anything inside of this zone, you know, it's not worth it, guys. I know some people are in a short position, right? Some people might be adding to their short, or I don't know. And this is very important to understand as a trader. When your bearish bias, right, what your bearish scenario does not play out or does not get rejected at certain levels, you cannot, okay, revenge against the market. You need to realize that market is breaking out. We're not rejecting. It's looking more bullish than I expected, right? And this is currently what is happening, and it's looking a little bit more bullish than I expected. Of course, doing that count just today in the last couple of hours, where you have the most dodgy possible first wave to the upside in an expanding move with a 3-wave structure here, ABC, expanding flat, that actually got a bounce from the point of control of the entire range of March, right? And part of April. Point of control bounce today in this ABC. Very interesting. You had to be very much awake on that scenario. We're coming up to the 87.2K. The danger of this, la danger of this is the most ugly wave 1 ever. Wave 2 right there, retracing to the 382 Fibonacci. Wave 3, baby. And then wave 4, wave 5, you know, you just get to 89K and you actually break it. It is, I was looking at this as weak price action also today in the Legends trading community. You know, I do think that the weekly could reject. We're coming up to that naked point of control right now as we speak. Just about hitting it right now. Let's see if we do cross that level and hit the 7/8, guys, and it does get any type of reaction. 7/8 weekly naked point of control. Just about testing it right now as we speak. Let's zoom in on the lower time frames. I mean, eventually, if this is third wave, you just go. Breaking out. Breaking out for the moment. Breaking out. This is more bullish than expected, Legends. Ooh. It wants to crack. It wants to Breakout. It is trying. It is trying to break that weekly level, right? That weekly naked point of control, sorry. It is attempting. Small little rejection. There we go. It is getting some kind of reaction. It is getting some kind of a reaction. This is, we're gonna have to talk about the bearish case scenario, guys. Okay, this is like the extreme bullish case. We are rejecting from that level. Okay, we are rejecting from that point of control from last week. It is getting a small little reaction, nothing too major. A bit of a sniper coming back up to retest the zone. It is trying to reject from that high volume node. Weekly naked point of control that we do have from last week. Okay. Muy interesante, muy interesante. We do have lots of liquidity, guys, right? Look at the liquidity that we do have at $89,000. It is insane. We've got 89,000, 89,100, 200. Hundreds of millions. We're not too far away right now. It either, the bears start kicking in right now, or if not, it's just let go for the bulls. Let the bulls go. Yeah, it looks like it wants to squeeze out from here. Looks like it wants to attempt. Low volume, said someone in the comment section. It doesn't matter. This is just a big rocket. Big momentum. Look at that weekly naked point of control, how it's reacting. Let's see if it does hold as resistance. It is reacting. That's the major stop. Okay. Major stop here was the weekly that did rejected fast. But the bears need to start kicking in. Let's see here. Whew, lots of longs entering. Mucho long, mucho long, mucho long. We got open interest going down and, you know, basically lots of shorts closing. Lots of shorts closing here. Muy interesante. Muy interesante. Weekly level, got the rejection. Weekly naked point of control is dancing. We're getting the price dancing on the last few minutes. This was a quick rejection of the weekly level. 87.2 weekly naked point of control. Oi, oi, oi. Price needs to start getting some kind of weakness. And if we break this zone, guys, then up we go. Up we go. Up we go. Nice pump. I wanna take a look at the poll, because on the poll that we do have here, asking the people, well, it looks like it wants to squeeze out, guys. It's trying. It's trying. That weekly naked point of control is being a tough nut to crack. It's been a tough nut to crack with the 7/8 Fibonacci. They are not managing the bulls at the moment to crack that level. 7/8 Fibonacci with the weekly naked point of control is being the tough nut to crack at the moment. Let me take a look at the poll to see what the people are saying. Is it going to be broken? Will we squeeze out and there's nothing that is going to stop the price of Bitcoin, legends? What do you think? Let's go. I asked on a poll, what comes next for Bitcoin? 89K, 57% of people. So we got quite a lot of people. Saying that, you know, we are actually going to take out $89,000. We do have a bunch of liquidity. So it would be an, you know, I don't know. These are the swing traders, I guess, from the last few days. You know, if we do pop out, anybody that shorted the market, who remembers on a stream, I think this was 2 days ago, if you did short this area, please take profit in this zone. Please take profit in this area, the low 80K levels, because we talked about this on a stream just in the last couple of days when we did get that rejection. Let's see if I do find that stream. Last pump to rip. Last pump to absolutely rip. Where is it? Let's see. Let's take. Oh yeah, there it is. Hang on a second, guys. Let me just double check here on. Yeah, this was basically the breakdown that we discussed a few days ago from that region. I mean, like I said, it's an okay level to get into a short trade. But this scenario, which was this price action right over here, this scenario that we mentioned just a few days ago, right? This was on Thursday, that we could break down from here. We're forming a 5-wave structure. We form that wave 2 and we move to the downside. If you are looking to short the market, take profits at the $81,000 range, right? $81,000, $82,000 range. You want to start collecting those profits, right? This was this ascending wedge that we did form. The price is literally at your entry. You know, anybody that did not take profits from that short, you know, we did a stream on Sunday, I think it was. Guys, anybody that got into the short position throughout the last few days, I missed out on this short, guys. Collect your profits, right? This is literally, let me just clean up the chart here, because clean up the kitchen, as a good friend says. Yeah, literally this contracting move to the upside. Let's just get this out of the way that we mentioned a few days ago, and get the ABC move, right? Anybody, I mean, the sentiment was like crap a few days ago. Anybody that got into the short, you want to collect your profits in this zone, because there is a bullish case still already, only with this market structure pump, right? It was, you know, one of the scenarios that could happen. I mean, this is as we just tested the lows, get a little bounce, which we did, but we didn't go to higher levels. I would have preferred a little bit higher bounce, and then get the movement down to 82, 81K zone. This is a take profit zone. If you get, you know, if you did short this, you need to take profit. Very nice move of $5,000, $6,000. Take the profits, guys. You know, we ain't going to break down just yet. Anyway, that weekly naked point of control got a bit of a rejection. Anybody that did get into the short would be quite defensive. Ooh, we're trying to pump here. Hang on a minute. It's trying to squeeze out. Very, very strong bullish momentum, guys, I have to say. Wouldn't go too crazy. Market's bullish. Market is bullish. You know, the weekly naked point of control did get the resistance, but I wouldn't go crazy. Anybody that did not get in at the highs, which is literally right over here, right? 87.240, right? There it is. There it is. Some people trying to short the market right now. Some people are trying to reject the weekly naked point of control. Some people are attempting it. We're getting the shorts entering right now. People are trying to push the price to the downside. Let's go. Let's go. Let's talk about the bearish case, right? Let's talk about the bearish case, because as long as we're forming a lower high here, let's get this trend line out of the way. Let's get all of this out of the way. Not much of a rejection. Still $500, $500, $600 of a rejection. Nothing too major. But that weekly naked point of control, this is how important. You just need to trade the levels and remain patient till you actually hit those levels, right? And there's no guarantee here. This market is looking pretty ferocious. It's looking pretty damn aggressive. We need to talk about the possible bearish outcome, guys, here. What if the market, after a bit of choppiness here, ends up rejecting very aggressively throughout the next coming hours? You know, what are the bearish case scenarios? But we're going to talk about that right away, legends, okay? So make sure to stick around. The bullish case has been talked about, which is literally you are in the formation of a third wave. Which, you know, I'm not happy to talk, you know, to lean heavily on that scenario. However, it is possible, right? It is definitely possible. You don't have the most beautiful structure here to the upside. We need to talk about the bearish scenarios, but the bearish scenarios eventually for the lower high, it's either lower high here or there's no lower high. You're taking out 89K, right? So, and eventually you're ripping here in that third wave that needs to prove itself, right? We do have the tariffs announcement, guys, in the next few hours. Not long from now. We'll still have several hours, yes, at least about 6 hours from now. But is this just a major pump until the tariffs announcement? Do not take out 89K to start rejecting very aggressively. Who's leaning on this scenario, guys? Who thinks that this is going to happen as we do get the tariffs announcement? Let me know right away in the comment section. We do have quite a lot of the people being bearish. Woo! Quite a lot of the people being bullish. Let's go. Let's go. By the way, legends, if you are interested in trading, you do know that Bybit is, for me, the #1 trading platform, okay? Bybit, I've actually been buying a little bit of Ethereum, guys, the last few days. Ethereum below $2,000, 1.8, 1.7, 1.6. I think it's a pretty good bargain. You know, Ethereum for me is going to go to $5,000 and $10,000 in the next months, couple of years, don't really know. But overall, DCA now makes sense for Ethereum for a 2, 3, 4x return, even a 5x return in the next few years, right? It's just a good investment, in my opinion. Good levels to buy in, right? You want to buy cheap. If we go lower, you buy more. So anyway, Bybit, #1 crypto trading platform for me. You do get an insane bonus down below on Bybit, guys. $30,000 deposit bonus. If you cannot trade on Bybit, Weeks is the place to go. You just need an email and a password. You get the 50% deposit bonus with a $1,000 cap. If you deposit $2,000, you're getting $1,000 on top of that, guys. You only need to transfer the $2,000 to your futures account, and in 48 to 72 hours, you're getting $1,000 on top of it to trade and keep the profits that you make, so you can have more capital, right? Take advantage. You also get 25% fee reduction, guys, with the second link down below for Weeks. Okay, 25% fee reduction. Take advantage, you guys. If you wish, you can sign up just with an email and a password anywhere, in my understanding. Let's see Bitcoin. It is rejecting from that weekly naked point of control. It is trying to reject. I mean, let's talk about the lower time frame. So that level is doing something. That level is doing something. Could we retest the highs, maybe double top or maybe break it? Well, it's just a matter of seeing how we do come up there again, right? Let's go. Let's clean up the chart here ever so slightly, get some levels off the way. Yeah, let's get this expanding move out of the way. Whew. Kind of, you know, you're kind of running out of bearish case scenarios here when you get this kind of pump. You know, you either start rejecting very aggressively in the coming hours. This is bullish. This is very, very bullish momentum. And there is that risk for the third wave. When I was taking a look at the price action this morning, you know, there was one WXY double zigzag scenario that was very possible, but I was not expecting the price to squeeze out to 87.2, which it did, but it does not matter. It does not matter. It did squeeze out. But this would be the scenario. You form a three-wave structure. You got a three-wave structure here. You got the corrective move, which was this one yesterday. And then you have another three-wave corrective structure, which is a little bit too explosive, right? It's like, hey, calm down, Bitcoin. You know, I'm starting to be in doubt of the bearish case scenario. There is a double zigzag WXY possibility here. Let's leave it that way. Resistance needs to hold. Common target zone is the 1236 Fibonacci extension taken from the start of W to the end of W to the end of X. 1236 has already been hit. Very uncommon to hit 1.618 extension. So round about the 1236, 1382 is kind of the area. That's like literally where you at right now. If you want to consider this still being corrective, there's no other way, guys. This is like really, it's very, very bullish price action. Just to give a little bit of hope to the bears, okay? We are analyzing the situation and mapping the possible structure. The price looks like it wants to pop out here, guys. So anybody that has shorted the exact weekly naked point of control, you got a risk-free trade because you literally just tapped above the level, less than $100, and you're actually rejecting from it. So I'm sorry, I have to say, this is no zone to short for me. If you did not short exactly at the rejection, where you can be in a risk-free trade, I would not short this huge major uptrend on the rejection late. Two levels that you need to eye for the rejection. Weekly level, it did reject. You want to stay away if it breaks out. So the weekly did get the rejection very nicely. It just wicked, created a kind of a swing failure pattern. The risk is right now that if the weekly could be support, right? Where we got rejected. If we come down to that level, it could act as support, unfortunately, for the bears. If you break down the weekly, that would be a first clear sign of weakness. This will start be looking pretty damn good for the bears if you lose that weekly. But still, you're above the weekly. You are in a big fat rocket. No reason still. But, you know, the bearish reason here would be a double zigzag kind of scenario. I mean, you really want to kind of double top here, or if you don't reject from here strongly, in the next coming hours, a double top is a possibility. If you don't double top, then higher we go. What is going to be interesting is the 0.88 Fibonacci. 0.88 Fibonacci from the highs to the lows here is sitting where we have some, I mean, this you need to consider this as an SFP area. You need to consider this as an SFP zone. These lower highs from last Thursday and Friday, well, Thursday basically, these lower highs, and I mean, let's put this with a magnet and do things right. These lower highs that we did form on Thursday is sitting where we have the 0.88 Fibonacci. The 0.88 Fibonacci can be such a disturbing level of rejection. But, you know, if the 0.88 Fibonacci was in no man's land, which you literally have a drop, right? You have a drop with no corrections, and 0.88 is in no man's land, just in the middle of the drop, right? From the major collapse. I wouldn't consider the 0.88. But if you have a lower high at the 0.88, you know, you need to consider that liquidity grab and the 0.88 being respected, you know, as an aggressive scalp. So we have that lower high from this range. It's like, you know, I would give another attempt if we get stopped out at break-even zones from the rejection of the weekly naked point of control. Then you would have to attempt, you know, maybe this is the one that actually gets rejected. I want to know, what do you think about the tariffs, guys? Because that is going to be announced today, and holy moly, we do have the tariffs coming today, guys. What is your sentiment? I mean, I need to ask another poll here, because this poll was interesting. What comes next for Bitcoin? 89K or 81K? Whew. We do have 57% of people saying 89K. This is when we were trading just above 85K. So for the moment, bulls are winning the bet for the moment. The bulls are winning the bet for the moment on the sentiment. And I want to ask another poll right now, okay? I want to ask another poll before we go through. It is trying. Yeah, market looks pretty damn bullish. Yeah, look, it looks pretty damn bullish. Not you know, not incredibly highly. Let's take a look at the slightly higher time frames. Hang on a second, guys. Bear with me. Just organizing myself here. Very interesting. Muy interesante. Muy interesante. It's the zone, guys. It's the zone that needs to reject, especially when we are considering that triangle pattern. We do not want to see the bulls breaking out to hit 89K, because we do have the bearish case scenario on higher time frame, which one of them is this one. This triangle eventually does not need to be from this pivot. You can start it here from the C wave, so you could still be in the triangle formation as long as you're forming a lower high. This scenario becomes invalidated once you cross this lower high over here, okay? So yeah, you could still be forming that triangle regardless, as long as you are below the C wave. But this is very close to invalidating. Just $2,000 of a pump, even less than that, 1,500, and this scenario is out of the chart. But you do not need to, you know, this trend breakout, it doesn't matter, guys. This is a bunch of, this could be a bunch of crap, right? This trend, you know, this break of trend could be a big fat nothing burger. Based on this triangle, you know, this triangle is still definitely a scenario. You don't need to, you know, you don't, as long as you stay below this lower high from last week, it's still very much a possibility. So yeah, still a possibility here. If you break out from those highs, then it's going to be looking very interesting. You know, then it's really going to be looking quite interesting. On what other scenarios we could be mapping up. I need to do higher time frame analysis to really see what would be the scenario of breaking out here, right? If the bullish case scenario were to play out, which is this one, where you have the ABC, right? And you break above, you do break above the $89,000 range, you need to have some kind of formation, right? Looking at the waves, which I need to map that situation based on this bullish case. Eventually looking for that breakout above 89k. I don't think it's gonna happen, but you never know. I don't think it's gonna happen, so I'll need to get some stuff ready just in case we do get the breakout above 89k, and then we need to map the situation. I don't think it's gonna be the case. But if you have a chance, you have a chance. If there is a chance for the bulls, you need to respect it. You need to respect the possible chance for the bulls here to break above 89k. Let me ask the community. Evening, Daniel. How are you doing? Let me ask the community right away. I need to end this poll. Most of the people are saying 89k to be hit. Let's ask another poll to the community. And up only, says Canny Rich. Yes, it does look like today it is being up only. Let's ask the community, because I want to know. Are the tariffs going to be, I mean, this is at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. US Eastern time, which is in about 6 hours from now, if I'm not mistaken, guys. Let me know. Let me know if it is 6 hours from now. Are the tariffs going to be bearish, guys? Yes or no? I need to know. I need to know your opinion right away on that poll, guys. What is the general sentiment? No, the tariffs it's priced in, right? It's all of the bearishness that we had the last few weeks. We're going to pump from here. Up we go. Yes, the tariffs, the announcement is going to actually be bearish. And we're going to get a big fat dump. Let me know right away, legends. What is your opinion on the tariffs, which is going to be announced today? Are the tariffs going to be bearish? Most of the people are saying yes. Most of the people. I mean, bearish for the markets, right? Not for Bitcoin. Bearish for the markets. Hello, I am from Switzerland. I have a question. My entry price 86.3. Should I stay in a long position? 86.3. Very aggressive. You know, probably 86.3. You FOMO'd into a long position, basically here. This is the problem. You know, if you are asking me, this is a bad question. Okay, this is a bad question. you might get the weekly level. Okay, anybody that is not aware of a weekly level, it's literally a weekly close and open that has not been touched before. Let's clean the kitchen here. A weekly level. All right, anybody that is not aware of what a weekly level is, it's basically a close and open from the market that has not been tapped before, right? Sometimes these weekly levels can get tapped and you get a major rejection. You might ever so slightly get above the weekly level, just like you did right over here, and then you get the rejection. Sometimes you wick above it and then you just drop. Sometimes you get above it, you act as support, then you continue to the upside. There is a possibility that this weekly level that we do have here, which we have broken, we've officially broken it. When we go through the lower time frame, right, you can see that weekly close and open from the last 2 weeks. We did get one quick rejection on the lower time frames. This level could act as support. Looks like that we are very correcting moving down here. So there is a possibility, guys, that we attempt to go to higher levels, right? The momentum is bullish. The momentum is bullish, but your question, I mean, your entry is 63,300. I would say just be defensive with your position. There is a chance if the price were to come down to that weekly, it could act as support. And this would be interesting. You know, if you do act as support on that weekly, you know, this could actually be a major bounce recovery. Price moving down, very corrective. Looks it's breaking out right now. Wants to have an attempt in testing again the weekly naked point of control, guys. Very, very strong bullish momentum, bullish price action. And it looks like that these little bull flags want to attempt to hit the weekly naked point of control. Let's go, Bitcoin. Here we go. Here we go. It's going. Hello to everybody. Claudians, how are you? What's going on? How many likes do we have? Let's get to at least 500 likes, guys. Let's smash up the like button and I'll be back. All right. We got 330 likes, 1,300 people watching. Let's destroy that like button for the bulls or for the bears. We got, you know, it's almost a 50-50 from the previous poll. 89K first or 81K. There was 57% of people that said 89K. We're very, very close to hitting $89,000. A couple of $1,000 more and we there. Market is quite bullish. Are the tariffs going to be bearish for the markets? 67% of people are saying yes. We got actually a little bit more people being bearish, guys. This might be the full recipe to get an explosive breakout above 89K tonight, right? We are recovering. Let's see that like button getting to 500 and I'll be back in 10 seconds, guys. We're going to get that like to 500 likes and I'll be back in about 10-15 seconds. Only if the like is at 500. Woo. Okay. Let's go through the different scenarios, okay? A clear sign of weakness for me would have to be a breakdown beneath the weekly, okay? Get the breakdown beneath the weekly. There's no sign of weakness just yet. We are rejecting ever so slightly $400-500 from these major levels that we talked about, giving you a possible scalp, being defensive. If you break above this level, a next interesting level for a rejection, okay, is the these lower highs right over here, which is with the 0.88 Fibonacci. These corrections, you know, if you want to long these corrections, they can be tricky. They can be very tricky, right? At this moment as we come into resistance, because you might think, I'm going to long this breakout. I'm going to long right over here. Stop loss beneath a low. You can attempt this kind of momentum and target the highs, right? You are very much in bullish market structure. You are in bullish market structure. So, you know, some scalp longs are very much the name of the game here in an uptrend. Let's talk about the bearish case, which is very close in being, you know, very, very close in being invalidated, which is eventually looking at all of this being corrective, which for the moment, what is looking more corrective right now is this price action that we had last week, right? It did look pretty damn bearish, but now when you're looking at the momentum that's happening here, you're like, hey, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. With this breakout, you are giving you know, a chance for the bulls. You are giving a chance here for the bulls. We are going to attempt to hit that level again, guys. By the looks of things, we did break out trend here on this correction. Looks like we do want to attempt to hit the highs again. This correction right over here, a little bit of a bullish pennant, bullish flag. Heavily uptrending. We are attempting to go to higher levels. This rejection should have been brutal. It should have been brutal. Brutal rejection. But it's just slowly consolidating and now breaking out. Looks like we want to go and attempt that weekly naked point of control again to see if we can break it. Let's go through comment section, guys. I mean, there's not really much to analyze on the higher time frame. Let's clean up the chart here. As long as this weekly naked point of control is holding as resistance, the chances are decreasing here for a lower higher. They are decreasing. The bulls are stepping in. This right now, this scenario is looking attractive. 5-wave contracting move, ABC. You have a very, very ugly expanding move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. And now you should be in the third wave, which you do expect higher levels, okay? Anybody that is not, you know, managing risk, longs are just for scalps to hit the highs. A rejection could be around the corner. And whoever's shorting the market, you need to do it at the very specific levels and put stop here close to break even. No adding to shorts. This is a dangerous zone where you do have a valid 3-wave breakout. I don't think it's going to be the scenario, but the scenario is there. So let's see. We do have the tariffs announcement, which is going to be looking very interesting in the next coming hours, guys. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Bullish or bearish? We have 66% of people. This is actually going down, huh? There's a lot of people that are flipping right now and saying no. Are the tariffs going to be bearish? No. I think most are expecting that they are going to be bearish. So yeah, just analyzing this scenario. What is your opinion, my man Etho? Let me know. When does it hit the dressed point of control? We did hit the point of control of this region. The weekly naked point of control. We got a reaction. It's a good level for a double top as well. It's a good level. We got a first initial rejection. Beautiful rejection of $500-600 for a quick aggressive scalp. Be defensive. You can leave a bit open just in case price does reject. But overall, we are heavily uptrending. Exact rejection of about $600-700 from that weekly naked point of control. Could get back tested or broken out. Double top is definitely a scenario here. Double top is a scenario. You know, if it breaks out, then it breaks out. Higher we go. Very, very strong uptrend. We do have an extreme bullish case scenario. Very parabolic price action. You just need to let the price action develop and do what it needs to do. This would be the extreme bullish case, which you're literally just breaking out here very aggressively. Jerome says, my shorting boss today didn't work out. You know, this is the thing. You need to be extremely, extremely cautious. Jerome here saying, my shorting boss did not work out today. My stop loss at 66,300 got triggered hard. Only the only levels of possible rejection are on the chart, which was the weekly that did reject but broke out, and the weekly naked point of control. And it's the price action looking pretty damn bullish. No, I think your analysis is great. Much love to you, my man. Thank you very much. Yeah, it has been very not easy for me as getting into good trades. I missed out on, I did get into a FOMO long position on a breakout strategy, literally. Okay, it's not FOMO longing, it's just looking for the breakout of the trend, which was this one right over here. Just a small little long here, possibly counting this as a ABC after this movement up, break of trend just to the highs, little scalp of $600-700, getting some volatility here, already just a valid count. But not being an easy level, got stopped out at from the weekly level at break even. We did get a nice rejection. Aiden did provide that sniper short in the Legends trading community. It was a sniper. Sometimes you need to give this the chance for a sniper trade. Just that, like this weekly naked point of control. So far, so good. It did reject. You're running a free trade. It does look like that the highs are going to be tested. Okay, the momentum is very, very bullish. Very, very bullish. You could have attempted a scalp long position here. I didn't get into this scalp long on the break here of this trend. These are not my favorite. You are getting supported from this range, from this area. Not my kind of favorite trade, especially when you're hitting a higher time frame level of resistance, which is that weekly naked point of control. This is the zone, and this is really a, if the market does reject here in, today, say that the tariffs, I think the tariff announcement is going to be very volatile, guys. Okay, I think it's probably going to do a pump and dump or a dump and pump. It might not do anything. But I think the general sentiment is bearish for the tariffs announcement. Just be cautious if you are in any local trades as the tariffs are getting announced in the next coming hours, because it can trigger that local spikes down and up, and you don't want to be caught inside of that volatility, right? You just rather wait. Tomorrow's another day and analyze some different trading scenarios. Remember that Bybit is my #1 crypto trading platform. They've been in the market here for over 7 years. You do get an exclusive bonus of $30,000, guys. Take advantage. It's a deposit bonus. I know some people cannot trade on Bybit. If you cannot trade on Bybit, you can very likely trade on Weeks. That does have a 50% deposit bonus. It's a $1,000 cap, okay? You're not going to get more than $1,000 on that 50% deposit, right? Deposit 2K, transfer to futures. In 48, 72 hours, you're going to get $1,000 on top of that, guys. Take advantage as well, because you get 25% fee reduction on Weeks, guys, with the second link down below. Take advantage right away with that bonus and the fee reduction, of course. So right now the price has stopped, not doing much. Has stopped trying to continue this uptrend momentum, which is, no major signs of weakness, just apart from the rejection from the exact resistance. So it does look like that we are going to have an attempt in breaking out the highs here, the weekly naked point of control, guys. If we do break successfully, then higher we go. Next level is going to be 87,750. Why that level? And these levels that we talk about, guys, they do get the reaction. The problem is, will it be the top or will you just break out, right? So weekly level, we got the rejection. However, we rejected from the weekly level, but the price structure maintained bullishness, right? Which is just going to higher levels. The weekly naked point of control got the rejection, but you need to remember here, we are in bullish environment, bullish market structure. We could easily attempt to break out here in the next hour. If we do not, if we do break out from that level, we do have the next one, which is the lower highs from last Friday. These are last Thursday, sorry. Very interesting zone. The 0.88 Fibonacci from the highs to the lows, and 0.88 Fibonacci can be really a mysterious level. It's one of those levels that just, you know, I like it because you have some lower highs and it's a good SFP zone. All right. When we do zoom out on the higher time frame from several months ago, the 0.88 Fibonacci has been an insane level. Okay, it's been an insane level. When we go to the 4-hourly time frame and we zoom out from a few months ago, 0.88 Fibonacci in this local downtrend that we had throughout March and the summer of 2024. Look how many 0.88 Fibonacci's were respected, guys. There's about 5 at least that I can point out here very quickly. From this pivot high to the pivot low, 0.88 Fibonacci right over here, rejected. We do have this lower high with this low over here, 0.88 Fibonacci, rejected. We do have this pivot low to this pivot high, 0.88 Fibonacci from this higher time frame pivot low to this pivot high, bounced, and this was not a bounce of $1,000, guys. This bounced, you know, a lot. Many different 0.88 Fibonacci's, right? We got another one right over here in this downtrend. From this pivot high to this pivot low, exactly the 0.88 fib as well, providing that resistance. So you do realize that the 0.88 could be a major fib level of rejection. There is a bunch more, guys, but we're just not going to go through there. We've seen a few already. What is interesting about this 0.88 is you do have these lower highs from last Thursday, right? Which is, you know, very, very nice for a little liquidity grab. As we do have a lot of liquidity here above 89K legends, we need to understand that the market, you know, does have a chance, guys, to just create that massive short squeeze. There is a lot of irresponsible traders out there that are either extremely bearish and just bearish, or they're actually very, very bullish and bullish, right? We in the channel, we try and really change the map. We need to change the map, guys. You know, it's normal to have, you know, change of opinions depending on what kind of price action is developed next. Okay, what is developed next, you need to adapt to the market, right? You can't always be bearish just because of a possible recession and tariffs and all of this, and you can't always be bullish. You need to really adapt to the market conditions, and that's what we try to do here on the channel. So let's continue here through comment section, see what the legends are saying. And let's take a look at the votes. Almost 1,000 votes here. Are the tariffs going to be bearish for Bitcoin? 64% of people are saying yes. 36% of people are saying no. Quite a lot of people are bearish. We do have the announcement in a few hours from now, guys. This is at 4 p.m. US time, Eastern time. And you have the announcement of the tariffs then. And let's take a look at the S&P 500, because I think the S&P 500 is having that inverse sentiment, which is actually pumping hard, right? Pumping hard. People are expecting a bearish event. We are pumping into the event. So will it be a selling event, right? Let's see. Lots of people are feeling bearish about the tariffs. 64% here. Double top is possible. Yes, double top is a possibility. Double top here is a possibility. This is still a major weekly naked point of control that we did get one quick rejection of a few $100s. A double top here is a possibility, but only a double top. Only a double top means you pump, you reject from the level. It's a trigger. It's a sniper. Always stop loss above the high. Don't get into a toxic trade. This could rip. It could rip. Market structure is bullish. Bears could be in disbelief. Do not risk it here. If you want to try and catch the top, you need to know how to do it responsibly, guys. This is a dangerous, dangerous market. We are in bullish market structure locally here the last few days. There is an extreme bullish case scenario, which is that 1, 2, 3. Expanding move here. The most ugly expanding move that I've seen ever. In a 5-wave move. ABC correction. Bouncing from this weekly naked point of control. Right over here. Look at this bounce from the major point of control of the region of the last few weeks. How that level was respected as support. So that's one scenario as well. If you do break out here, you know, that level could flip as support as well and just continue the momentum. This could be a good resistance support flip and you go to higher levels. Okay, for anybody that wants to long, wait for the pullbacks at support levels. Look at this weekly naked point of control here. Well, the point of control of this entire zone, right, which is not weekly, it's the range point of control. How it bounced today after the breakout. The highest volume node of the last 4 weeks price action got broken out yesterday and we actually flipped as support. So breaking out that weekly naked point of control, despite getting a rejection, it could flip as support, guys, and higher we go. So yeah, it's not a bad long, you know, not a bad long scalp to the highs. Looks like we want to attempt it. We want to attempt to hit it and break it. If we break out successfully, we got a pretty decent move. You know, it could definitely be a resistance support flip. And we just continue the momentum. The weekly level would have been a nice attempt. However, the weekly level was not hit as support, right? We got the first rejection of the weekly level. We broke out. We never revisited. For the moment, it might revisit later on. It might revisit later on. It could be a good level where the price could bounce. So yeah, it's better to long proven levels of resistance, proven levels of support, right? To follow the momentum, not just randomly long the pumps here. Wait for the resistance support flips and just take profit at the high, just in case, you know, a large correction could be on the formation. You know, this is no moment to long to 90K, right? It's a moment to only long to the highs. Only long to the highs, because yeah, this could be very much a scenario, right? Whoever's FOMOing into longs here, just not going to be a good idea based on the possible large correction. There's only scalp longs here from major proven support levels only to the highs. That's it. In and out. In and out. $500 move, 600. Just little scalps to the highs. There's no, you know, there's no longs here to be taken to hold on to 90K or 100K. It's just not to be defensive as well, right? I'm talking about people that are not defensive and are getting into long positions. I'm going to long here. I'm going to long here. I'm going to add to the long here. It's just not a good idea. How is it possible for Umbrella to keep losing altitude? Yeah, Umbrella's just taken the major hit, guys. You know, what can we say? You know, as I said, Umbrella, I put about $10,000 into this, and it's probably about $4,000 now. It's just, it is ripping down. It's just completely lost its peg here to the support. just going to have to hold on. It's just keeping grinding down. So you just have to remain patient till it actually bottoms out and gets a recovery. What I have been buying is some Ethereum, guys. Some Ethereum. I've been buying quite a bit, quite a few Ethereum the last couple of days, because Ethereum below $2,000 I think is just very attractive. Very attractive to buy. This is the classic, that's it guys, bear market. Regardless if we do go to lower levels, you know, it's a good DCAing zone. Start DCAing. I don't care where I bought in this zone and if we go lower, because I understand that in the next, you know, give or take, it doesn't have to be 3 months, it doesn't have to be 2 years, I don't care. There's a high probability that we actually revisit all-time high at some stage, regardless of what the price does in this region. So it's just a good DCAing area below $2,000. 1,900, 1,800, 1,600, you name it. DCAing. What we'll do here, we'll buy 1 Ethereum every week, every Sunday, as long as we're below $2,000. How do you think about that? 1 Ethereum every Monday. Let's keep it Monday on stream. And we'll do a little portfolio of 1 Ethereum every week. Let's buy 1 Ethereum every week as long as it's below $2,000. And then we'll check that portfolio in a few months, right? It's probably not going to be much below 2K. I hope it does, because then we can DCA into this strategy, right? And then we'll check that portfolio and go through it in the next 1-2 years. That'll be interesting. Just so you can see the DCAing strategy long term. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. Every Monday, we'll buy 1 Ethereum. Every Monday, we'll buy 1 Ethereum. We'll create a public portfolio and we'll say, look, bought 1 Ethereum today, every single Monday, as long as we're below 2K. Okay, above 2K, no. Below 2K, we buy. Just so you can see the returns in the future, right? It's just a simple strategy. A lot of money, Aditya. Well, DCA whatever you can, right? I mean, depending on what you can afford to DCA in. Maybe it's $10 a week. Maybe it's $100 a week. Maybe it's 1,000. Maybe. But yeah, 1 Ethereum every Monday. And that's a good suggestion. I like it. Go Ethereum. So yeah, I mean, this is a good strategy. We are beneath the resistance. Let's buy 1K of Ethereum every week. Wherever the price is, it doesn't matter. Wherever the price is. Above 2K, we will not buy. Only below 2K, we will DCA. And the end game here is to hit all-time high at some point where we will be DCAing out. Right? It's just, we'll be selling 1K every day, 1 Ethereum every day as we get above all-time high. Not every day. I'm not sure how many I will have. I think, yeah, every day could work. Yeah. Anyway, we'll start from next Monday. We'll do a public portfolio of Ethereum, and it's, you know, returns are going to be a 3-4x. They are very good, guys. You know, when you start putting 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, and you make a 3-4x in a few years or in a few months, bring it on. You know, this is, I've already got some Ethereum. It's just I want to do this DCAing. DCAing now, says Sweeping. Yeah, absolutely. It's a good strategy, guys, especially on Ethereum. All of the proper decentralized, you know, dApps, contracts are built on Ethereum. Ethereum is the proper decentralized network out there. Not Binance, you know, not BNB chain, not Solana. Even though they're faster, they're better, the rest of it. Ethereum is the one, guys, even though it hasn't provided that. But now is the moment. Now is the moment. Now is the moment. So yeah. Love from India. Immortal, how are you doing? BNB better play. Well, BNB hasn't. Let's take a look at BNB here. Yeah, I mean, BNB is too high in my opinion. You know, I would not want a DCA on BNB, and I don't trust BNB. You know, it's highly centralized. the nodes are controlled basically from, from Binance. Highly centralized BNB, also Solana. Ethereum is the proper decentralized network. You can do your proper research on that. Not Ethereum, then better if you buy a BTC. I'm already happy with my BTC stack. I will DCA on BTC if we get below 76k. I'm happy with what I have on Bitcoin. I'll start buying Bitcoin if we break down the lows. If we do break down from the lows, which is very much a possibility in the next coming weeks or months, I'll start DCAing. I'll start DCAing below 76k. Let's go. We got almost 600 likes, guys. Let's go. We are over 1,000 people watching the stream. Let's pop the like button to at least above 600. Come on. We're here chatting now, right now. Bitcoin just hitting the resistance, slowing down ever so slightly, but we're still very strongly uptrending. I think it's going to be very interesting in the few hours. We do have the tariffs announcement, guys. Make sure to trade safe. If you're looking to trade that, that possible volatility that we can get based on the tariffs announcement, we do have a lot of people that are saying here that they are bearish. Oh, lots of people are saying no, it's not going to be bearish. I think it's because of the market pumping. Lots of people are reversing their sentiment right now into no. Andy, what's your view on Cadena and PRQ? They are ripped off so bad. Yeah, I did manage to take over 50% on PRQ, and I've held my, this is very depressing. Managed to sell over 50% on PRQ here from the accumulation range that we talked about throughout October and November. And now in a loss from those holdings, I have to say, but at least I managed to profit from this altcoin. And Cadena, Cadena, guys, I'll do the calculation right now, but I did put about $15,000 on this. Round about, I must be down about 60, 70 cent was my average price and zone. So down over 30% on Cadena. So must be down about $4,000 just on Cadena. And it was at extremely good profits. I think I had about $50,000, $60,000 in total from the investment here, and rode it all the way down, guys. I was going to take profit at the highs, but we never reached. About Cadena or all of these ones, I can tell you already, it's just going to be a slow downtrend till it bottoms out, okay? It's going to be a slow downtrend for the next coming weeks till it actually bottoms out and we get the reversal altcoin season again. DCAing in this area is not a bad idea. I prefer getting into the solid ones and understanding that I will likely do a 3-4x in the next few months or couple of years, which is Ethereum in this case. These ones, you do have the risk, guys, of the project failing, okay? All of the altcoins are extremely speculative, no matter how good they look. So just be cautious. Fowler dumped a lot, still bullish. Yeah, Fowler Network is an awesome project. But I did manage to profit on Fowler Network. This was actually my best profiting altcoin because it did do over a 4x from the price entry, which was around about the 10-12 cent zone. Right, literally we were eyeing this scenario and get out over 50% as soon as you cross the March highs from 2024, which, I did announce on stream, guys. I'm selling 50% now on Fowler Network and holding a moon bag. Well, that moon bag is in a loss right now. The rest of the tokens, which is 50%, are in a loss, very small loss. It's down about 15% from average entry zone, which was 10-12 cents after the in the breakout. just gonna have to hold on, guys. You know, this is probably gonna take some time to bottom out in the next coming months. No quick major recovery. Still fear in the market, says Dean. Absolutely. Legends, buy the fear. Absolutely. I'm buying the Ethereum fear. Ethereum looks pretty solid. DCAing on Ethereum the last few days, and I will be doing DCAing every Monday, buying 1 Ethereum on stream. Legends, thank you very much for joining. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Remember that you do have those awesome bonuses on the different exchanges. Bybit for me, #1. Great alternative is weeks. You get 50% deposit bonus of a $1,000 cap and 25% fee reduction, guys. It's the second link down below if you're interested in trading in a platform that only requires an email and a password. You get 25% fee reduction as you sign up with the second link down below. Thank you, legends. Have a great night. Stay cautious with the announcement of the tariffs. We could get a bit of volatility. It might break out. It might reject. Stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.